Hello everybody. In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how to install the MySQL server in Windows operating system. So first, visit the mysql.com and then click on the downloads where we scroll down to find the MySQL community downloads. We click on that and then we click on the MySQL community server link where we will find all the releases. This is the latest release, and in the archives tab, we can find some earlier releases. So let's get back to the current version, that is 8.3. We click on the download button on the Windows installer. We click on that. We can continue as guest users, so we click on the Start My Download only. Wait for 3-4 seconds to download the file. And then we initiate this installation process. Download is over. We open the installer file, we execute it, and as a first step, we accept the terms of the license agreement. Next, we click on the probably the typical, it could be a typical installation, a custom, where we can pick some features like the location. We can change that. We click on next, and then we are initiating the process of the installation. Wait just a few seconds to copy the files. At the end of the installation, we open the MySQL configurator by clicking here in this box. Let's press the finish button. And then, as you can see, the server configurator opens. So here we can define a few parameters for our server. We can either use an upgrade on our existing installation if we have. In my case, it is already up and running, so it is a side-by-side installation. So in your case, it could be probably something that's not really necessary to define. We just proceed in the next one. We click on the development computer because this is what we're going to use. We're not going to use a dedicated computer. I mean, our computer. The port is 3306. I just modified this one because I have already another installation, but you don't have to do that. You click on the next, and here you define the root password. And it is a password that, okay, it's pretty weak. I know that, but it's something that it's running on my computer, so I don't have a problem. I'm not going to expose that on a web. So I click on the next button. Keep in mind that if you forget this password, it will be a bit troublesome to bring it back. So better keep it somewhere to retrieve that in case you need it. The next thing is how it will be configured as a Windows service. So the service name under the Windows operating system will be MySQL 83. So keep that also somewhere to memorize. And you have the ability, or you have the option, to start the MySQL server at system startup. Well, usually I avoid that because it consumes some Windows resources, and I don't like that. But I want to configure as a Windows service, and I will start this manually. If you want the MySQL server to be initiated when Windows are booting, then you click on that. So you keep the rest as it is, and then yes, you grant full access to Windows service, whatever it is. Do you want to create a sample databases? Yes, I suggest that you do that because you will have sample data, and those databases are pretty, I would say advanced. They contain a lot of data, and you can practice a lot with them. So let's click on them and then execute all the steps. Wait for a few seconds to initiate databases. starting the server. Looks like that everything goes well. Okay, next, everything looks nice. If you see here some error, it will be displayed there. So then you will be able to check the log file and have a look on the web to find out what went wrong. So everything ran smoothly right now. So the next thing is to check whether the server is up and running. So we can open a command line in Windows, run as administrator, and then have a look on the process. So we said that it will be up and running as MySQL 83. So here, with those commands, net start MySQL 83, I initiate my process, and you see that it has already been started. So let's stop it. You can see that I can start and stop my process, my server. This is the server, the database server. It has to be up and running. How can we check that? By clicking on the task manager of the Windows and have a look on the processes that are up and running. So you will see that when I initiate the process here in the task manager, I will be able to see, the MySQL process. So when you see the MySQL D, the daemon is up and running. So your database server, your MySQL server is up and running. Okay, so what's next? How can we connect to the database? We can use the utility that is, we can use the MySQL cell or the MySQL workbench. First thing is the command tool, the MySQL cell, that is automatically downloaded. So here, you can connect using that. For example, you can show databases, so show probably here it's okay. Yeah, I have started the 8.3 and I was trying to connect to the earlier version. So let's try to connect to MySQL here. Sorry, I'm sorry, things like that happen. Let's get back to the MySQL here. We have, as you can see, we can keep in our machine both versions, 8, 8.3. Okay, so in our case, we have the 8 and 8.3. So I can open the 8.3 command line client. So it is asking for my root password. So right now I have connected to the MySQL server version 8.3. The process is up and running. So as a developer, I need to have some ability to control my system. So if I use a Mac environment or if I use a Windows, I have to be aware of all those procedures and processes, because right now the server is up and running. But if I restart my system, it will be, let's say the process will be down. So I need to be able to start it, check whether it is running, connect, and things like that. Even if it is a system administration, task, I need to be aware of that. So what if I connect there? I can show databases. So as you can see, the databases that exist in my installed server are those system databases, the Sakila that we generated and the world that we generate. Okay, so that's pretty easy. And right now I know that my server and my installation is without any issues. So thank you. I hope you practice and take some time to practice, install, and examine whether everything runs smoothly in your system. Thank you for watching.